Hello Leo, this is Seth and you're watching Rodriguez Mystic, and this is your general tarot forecast, tarot and oracle forecast for the month of December 2017. And as with all of these videos, this would be relevant for you if your sun or your moon are in Leo, or if Leo is your rising sign. So I am using the Aquarian tarot deck, and the oracle cards that I'm using today are the Vintage Wisdom, the Nature's Whispers and Earth Magic, and you can find all the details for all the decks that I use below this video. So I'm just going to start shuffling now. So this is for Leo, general reading for the month of December 2017. Oh, I nearly sneezed then. Maybe it's because Leo is my sign. Okay. One. Okay Leo, so the central overall message for the month of December, we have the Seven of Rods, also known as more commonly as the Seven of Wands in most tarot decks. So the Seven of Wands is about resistance, it's about fighting your corner, standing your ground. And I think that this is relevant probably for a lot of us at this time of year, in December. We're constantly being bombarded by, and I've mentioned this in one of the other readings that I did, we're being bombarded by what I like to call the black magic of advertising. Advertising companies are pure evil. You know, they make us spend our money on things that we don't need. They make us feel like our lives are worthless, or we're doing something really wrong, or there's something just wrong with us as people if we don't spend our money and have all of these labels and have all of these material possessions. This is like having to deal with that constant bombardment. This is somebody who's like gone shopping because they have to, and they've got all of these people shoving their products in their face, like, you need to buy this. So this is very much about having self-authority, being sovereign unto yourself, not allowing other people to bully you into parting with your money for things that you don't need. There's a lot it's a very demanding time of year for many people, and this is just about, you know, standing your ground and not being a puppet, not being a slave to other people's whims and desires and other people's agendas. So it feels like we need to be a little bit defensive this month. That's a key message that I'm getting. Now, the beginning of December, we have the Seven of Cups here. This is often about being very overwhelmed with ideas. We may not be feeling too organised about December at the beginning of the month. I know I don't feel very particularly organised, but that's kind of normal for me, like pretty much 24/7, 365 days a year, to be honest with you. But the Seven of Cups is about feeling very overwhelmed in terms of inspirations and ideas, being pushed and pulled in many different directions, to the point where we don't feel like we can focus on any one thing in particular. So we may just feel a bit cloudy in our heads at the beginning of December, but I really feel like it's saying that's okay. You know, just acknowledge that it's only going to be temporary. We just may not be entering into the month of December as focused and as on top of things as we would like to be, but that's okay. Middle of December, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is a real family card. It's about being happy within the home, within your family unit, with your whoever you live with friends, family, being very safe and secure, and also about having enough to go around. I feel like this could just be wishful thinking and me projecting because I'm a Leo, but I feel like it's saying that, you know, your loved ones, they'll be okay with whatever you do for them for the Christmas festive period. That's one message I'm getting from this. I'm trying not to make these readings so Christmas centric, but I keep failing. I just feel like most people, they need messages about the Christmas time Christmas winter solstice period. But in terms of gifts and shopping for loved ones, it feels like it's saying that, you know, loved ones are going to be okay with whatever you give them. You know, don't be so stressed out about having to spend outside of your means. You know, you can spend within your means, and because they love you, it will be okay. That could just be wishful thinking. So this is one message I get from this card. The other message I just get is that you're going to be spending a lot of quality time with loved ones middle of December, but that is the case for many of us, you know. And it's interesting that we have this card in the middle of December rather than towards the end of December, where we actually have Christmas and winter solstice. But it feels like in the run-up to Christmas, that you probably still will be able to find a lot of time to spend at home or with people you care about, rather than having to go dashing around, because this is very much about spending time, quality time with loved ones. So that's for the centre, or the middle of December. Now, towards the end of December, we have the Six of Cups. This is all about nostalgia. This makes a lot of sense, again, with Christmas, because Christmas is a nostalgic time, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. It stirs up a lot of old memories for us. Also, the Six of Cups is about making connections with people from our past who we may not have seen for a while. So for many of us, this could be referring to catching up with people that we don't see the rest of the year. Maybe we have friends who live in other countries and we are able to visit them because they're back in the country because they're visiting family or whatever. You know, reconnecting with people from our past. But again, there's a very happy, innocent time here, and I find it. I love the fact that we've got cups here as well, because it combats the materialism of this time of year, and it's really putting the most important aspect of this time of year for many of us that I believe most of us should strive for, which is connection and love and the emotional side to it rather than the material side. But this really does suggest good, positive, quality time with friends and loved ones, as does the Ten of Pentacles, even though the Ten of Pentacles obviously is a Pentacles card, and Pentacles often refer to wealth and material possessions. This is very much a family feel. So in terms of our social lives look good for the month of December. And I do feel when it comes to money and spending that we need to watch ourselves, and we need to be quite defensive and on guard. But this isn't just referring to spending. It may be for some of us that we have to spend time with people who, as I say, people that we don't see that often, and we may find that we are particularly keen on them, or we're glad that we only see them once a year. And this is us having to stand up for what we do and what we believe, and defending ourselves. Maybe we will have some family member that annoys us who comes to visit, and they're asking you, what do you do? What's going on in your life? And you feel like you've got to kind of defend who you are as a person and what you do. You know I have to do that plenty of times, you know, given what I do for a living. And then the tips and hints card is the Seven of Swords. This is about being a bit sneaky, honouring your own privacy. I feel like there will be moments, because it looks particularly for Leo for some reason, it looks like there's particularly a lot of having to spend time with others. This is like having a little break away. This is talking about taking some time out for ourselves, and also not opening up too much with certain people. I feel, and with these readings, it's always weird for me because I'm reading for everybody of a particular sign, so it has to be very general. But I do often get very specific scenarios that pop into my head when I'm giving these readings. And I feel like there are some Leos out there where we may feel that there are people who we have to spend time with who we really don't want to. And this card is saying that it's okay to, or that we will need to, in our own self-interests, we will need to be a little bit sneaky and take some time out as a way of avoiding people that we may not want to spend as much time with. That's a very specific message that I'm getting from this card for some Leos out there. From the Oracle cards, we have discernment, which ties in very well with the defensiveness that we need with the Six of Wands. Be discerning. Don't take everybody at face value. There's a lot of fakery is fakery a word? There's a lot of people who are fake at this time of year. People who may not, as I say, people who may not be in touch for a long time. Suddenly they're your best friend because they would like a gift or something like that. Be discerning, you know, don't be taken in by everybody. Also, I'm having to remind myself that these readings aren't just about the Christmas celebration. This could be in other areas of your life. Be discerning with people that you work with. If you're in any situation where you're having to interact with people, with new people, for example, now is a very strong time to be discerning. Really, you know, don't get taken in by people. In the same way that I keep telling people not to be influenced by the media and by advertising and feeling like we have to spend money like it grows on trees. This is saying to be discerning in general. You know, be discerning with people in your life as well. At this time, because it feels like there could be some people who are presenting a very false impression of themselves to you in the month of December. We also have here hope and happiness. Lovely card for this time of year. Again, this is like really mushy. The hope and happiness card ties in really nicely with the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Cups that we had. It looks like there's going to be plenty of satisfaction in the emotional connection side of our lives. You know, the social aspect looks good. Looks like there's going to be lots of positive times for us. And having hope and happiness for the new year, because I feel like the new year has got a lot to offer. I think it's going to be a happy time for many of us. And we also, obviously, we all think about that. We think about the new year and our aspirations for the new year around December as, you know, this current year is winding down to an end. So have hope and happiness. If anything, if there's anything in this year that you wish you'd done differently, let it go, move on, and be optimistic about the future, is what this card is basically saying. And the final card that we have, again, ties in very well, especially with the Ten of Pentacles. We have Cave and Sanctuary. Really, you know, it's a good time to spend time in the home. Obviously, many of us will be spending more time at home at this time of year than any other time. But it may also be a good time to do some work around the house. A lot of people, especially in the UK where I live, a lot of people like to get any last minute housework done. If there's any decoration that needs to be done in the house before the actual decorations for Christmas are put up. A lot of people like to get unfinished work done in the house by December, so that they can enjoy the festive period and the time they have to spend indoors more with friends and family, so they can enjoy it and relax properly, because there's not some spare bedroom that needs to be renovated or whatever. So work in the house, this may be something that you need to do. I also feel for many of us who are self-employed, such as myself, we can use this time in December to do some work, again, preparing our businesses for the future, for the new year, but also just getting a lot of work done at home rather than any other locations that we may work as well. So there's a lot here about having fun in the home, be optimistic about the future, but also that we're going to have to be a little bit sneaky and, you know, go out for some little breaks and jaunts by ourselves, even if it's just like, you know, this could, for some reason I'm getting an image here of somebody who's got their family around and their family doesn't know they smoke and they have to sneak out and have a cigarette or something. But I'm really getting a sense here that we will have moments where we need to just escape, and we want to have some alone time. So this card is advising you that this is a good idea, and you know, to be a little bit defensive with some people, to fight your corner, be a little bit closed off with some people, but generally it looks like a great month for friends and family. And I would say that the biggest message I get from this reading is to put some preparation in for the new year now. But it looks like other than that, it looks like a fairly uneventful month in terms of drama for a lot of us, which is good to know. We can look after ourselves, we can be protective, we can avoid that drama by fighting our corner and making sure that we are not forced into doing anything that we don't want to do this month. So that's my very general reading for Leo for the month of December 2017. I hope that is useful for you. Please feel free to rate, like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. All of my information and details are below this video if you would like to book a reading with me or follow me on my other social media outlets. And also all the details for the decks that I've been working with today can be found below this video as well. So until next time, Leo, take care.